Hi, love. Welcome in. It's Billy Lightwalker. Thank you for joining me in this time of the Leo Guardians rising as living witness. I am celebrating my 50th birthday a few days ago on the day at a time, and this portal moving into the Lion's Gate is always so significant for me and very unveiling and rich with a lot of earth intelligence, cosmic intelligence, galactic self-knowing and soul reunion intelligence. And thank you for being here and celebrating this extraordinary time as we have been unveiling a lot of information worldwide, it seems. This is a very fiery, magnetic time, and there is a lot being excavated on the larger scale, witnessing of humanity. I have the privilege to receive a gift that took me on a trip this past week, and while I was there, submerging in the waters, connecting with Solaris, the sun, the solar beings, I received a beautiful message from my soul, and speaking of the mother soul, reminding me to open to that harmonic and resonance. And as I did, I saw this beautiful imprint of the LYRAN council mothers, and it was just a flash, like it was a beautiful moment for them to present for me to remember. And so as I was receiving this sweet-hearted opening, I heard the living womb of light. And sometimes when I receive messages, they come in phrases and not a lot of images or a lot of words to follow up in the moment, because there is this cosmic intelligence that wants to land as an imprint when those moments. And so as that was happening for me, I was receiving that, I had a lot of soul memory come forward, because I was in a place of deep rest and relaxation and receiving, and my heart was profoundly opened. So with this template womb of light, what I began seeing was this connection for me personally. My mother passed when she was 49, and as I'm celebrating my 50th, it's been a big year of releasing death templates and holds of consciousness. I felt I was stripping away a lot of barriers that were contaminating or constricting, things that were ready to come alive in me and ready to be presented into this higher timeline that I am weaving and curating with God and with my soul and with my soul family, my earth family here. And as I was receiving this beautiful, just very subtle but full of love, wisdom, remembering this wisdom of this womb of light, and it didn't discard or create an opposite to the dark mother womb, the raw, fiery, energetic source that brings forth life. What came through was that it was this twin energy, that they are whole together. There's not one or the other. And so they are communicating and connecting and rebirthing energetics together. for me, I was able to fully relinquish any um, any recycling of trauma or wounding from my mother's passing 17 years ago. And so, and as well, like her death has brought me so much intelligence and a lot of work. When our loved ones passed, it's we're handed a lot of information. But as I was just seeing all of it and allowing it all to present to me, these death templates just finally just simply just washed away, and I felt so much peace. I'm still feeling that peace. I feel like I've let go of something that I've been carrying for a long time that's not fully mine. And so possibly a burden, but it was rich with teaching me how to become this being that I am now. And with this womb of light, what further came through was it is connected to the guardian dragon intelligence that is recoding and reestablishing in our field in this timeline. And while I was there, I actually had this incredible dream that was very short but very profound for me. There was a dragon that presented in my dream, but this dragon had been turned to stone and was part of this rock formation of the earth. And as I was approaching it and feeling its energy, it was still very intense, and I was receiving a lot of magnetic remembrance and approaching it with a lot of respect. But then I noticed that its head was missing, and when I woke up, the message was that you carry the dragon consciousness, which is something that I've known about myself and many others here. It's what we're bringing back to this realm. But it carried with it this intention to seek out these rock formations that were nearby. And so I went there, and as soon as I arrived, I could feel the dragon magnetic currents immediately move up my spine. And as I was walking around and exploring the incredible formations, I began seeing that this was an old ceremony site, and each space had like this ritual remembrance, and you can put your bodies in certain stones that were womb-like, and you can like move through like canals of certain giant megalithic boulders that had come over each other. And just moving around and asking the guardian presence, of course, to lead and guide my experience there. And as I was moving, I realized the whole complex was just a dragon. And so I felt very much at home. And as I was pulling all these pieces together, I realized that with this consciousness comes a responsibility to share and integrate and practice with what rises. And this is my reason for sitting recording right now. And as I was there at that complex, there was a sign that said living witness, and it was speaking about something else, but it struck me because for me the message this past year has been a lot about bringing the soul alive and being a witness for God and for this intelligence, for this creation. And it's just that moment, the living witness message came together, and this womb of light connected with the void womb of light. It showed me, and I felt this peace for humanity and what we're all connecting, collecting, gathering, and archiving all together. And as it's a fiery time on the planet, I saw very clearly and with love that, of course, it has to disintegrate, burn up the templates that have been filled with death and are ready to be rebirthed. And so we can't move into that womb of light space fully until that guardian template that's kept us life-seeking, in this darker womb space. It's been a long ceremony of life to be nourished in, and yet we are ready, we are complete with that side of the template, and these pieces are dropping away. And we hear a lot of talk and a lot of language about this, but if we are observing as the living witness, it becomes a whole different experience, because it becomes, you see, like the balance and generosity in that this mother soul that knows what is not only best for each of her children, her sons and daughters, all of us earth beings at this time. If we release this need to try and control it or keep something alive that is ready to be released back to source, it becomes a completely different joyful communication. And there's nothing we can force to make it move more quickly or not experience its fullness, because within that raw divine power, that fire power of Mother Source, we are birthed into the light. And this womb of light is just it's showing me that there's a consciousness unveiling, that we are moving into such a time of joy and sovereignty within ourselves, and celebrating that light of life, that if we can be more of the living witness and just prepare our bodies to be able to move with flow and ease and grace as we transition into this time of magnetic light, that it feels almost like there's an apocalyptic experience for a lot of people right now, and that's totally natural and understandable. And yet, as I felt that womb of light that we're all moving into, towards, and becoming and being, and I recognize that it may become this moment of simplicity that isn't something that we have to struggle to receive, that this rebirthing process with this fire and this light is part of something that we know this. This isn't a whole new foreign experience. Our soul knows how to move through this. I just needed to share something about this as it's still landing with me, and because my gratitude was just like overflowing. I am so happy to be alive on this planet right now, and um, anytime I hear someone um, feeling like neglected and feeling like a victim, that we're being punished on this planet with everything that we're going through, and it's I just don't see it that way. I feel if we hold that victim consciousness and carry that through our creations, that's exactly what the experience is going to be. um, but we're not victims. We're here to remember how to liberate and be sovereign beings. So thank you for joining me. I am feeling so alive and fiery in this time, and I know that there will be more to share. And please let me know what your experience is, what you're feeling, what messages you're receiving about this Leo portal time. And let's fire it up with light. Join me. Okay. See you soon.